So, what does the promise of the Mayflower Compact mean today?
Well, what it means is that in this sort of fallen world that we're all living in, we actually can have a political community that is oriented toward God. And not everybody is going to be a hardcore believer or a zealot, but Christians are called to be leaven, in the bread of society, no matter what nation they're in. And so on the Mayflower, you had basically half of the sailors were pilgrims and half of them were strangers. In my own family, one of them was a pilgrim, 5 of them were strangers who just wanted a new life in the new world. And that's fine. There's no utopia on earth, so you're not going to have some perfectly idyllic, totally virtuous community, even including among the religious believers. But, God acts in the world through us. And so if you can have Christians acting as a leaven in the world, you can create a nation that considers itself a shining city on a hill.
Okay, thank you.
I would love a sticker. That would be great. Let's see. I would take this one.
I have too many highlighters.
Oh, do you?
Okay. May I ask a question?
Sure.
Who taught you to love America, and how did they do it?
Well, maybe the first person was my grandfather, who was Italian. His family came over here from Italy long before he was born, and he was a World War II veteran. And one of my earliest memories was of singing "It's a Grand Old Flag" by George M. Cohan around his living room. And so what's important about that, I was probably 2 years old, is that you're not taught to love a country out of a textbook or something. It's not primarily an intellectual exercise. Just like you're not taught to love your mother or father out of a textbook. Really the love has to come first, and then the intellectual defenses, that all might come later, but it's sort of beside the point. Patriotism comes from the Latin word patria, so it's an extension of filial piety, a love of one's own. That is prior, and it's not that patriotism is the conclusion of a lot of debate. It's that it's the starting point. It's the premise from which you begin. And we need to make sure we inculcate that love in young kids, or it's going to be much harder to cultivate later.